front and back as well.
You can get live ticket now. Okay guys, so
水呀。
哎，有通啊。
guys, so you see mana letak.
Tadi ya.
อ 即係鹹嘅係咪？
係呢個全部都係鹹嘅。